Do you feel like do you like because you seem like a guy who hasn't lost that fire, the motivation. You're a guy who likes to work. What is the current what are you currently working on? What drives you currently, and what is kind of like current situation for Steve?
What I'm doing, I got sick in 2013.
Yep.
I had a heart attack. I really thought I was going to die. I mean, I did die. I died 3 times, but I thought I was going to have another one.
And when you got kids, man, that's like
yeah. So I stopped working. Got divorced, and then 2018, I ran into Kanye at a restaurant, and he hired a Jew. I never worked for anybody in my life. And
I mean, you were present. I want to say you were present when he had that Drink Champs interview, weren't you? Were you there for the crazy Dream Champs interview?
Which one? When he said yeah. So that's a funny story. I wasn't supposed to be there,
but you were there.
I'm going to tell you what happened. So Nori's family, you know that, right? So my fiance now. So Nori had somebody who worked for him. Every time I would come into town, he could get me a car.
Miami.
In Miami, yeah. So I'm dropping the car off, and we're on our way to the airport. She goes, I have to go to the bathroom. So we go in, and I'm like, why is he filming now? Why is there so much security? And they said, Jay's here. And I'm like, what the fuck? And this is when he first started going after the Jews. And even though I'm Jewish, I had every Jew in the world call me. People that I didn't know, they said, and like the most powerful people like that I've never met, and I'm getting bombarded. Like I'm like, I haven't spoken to him in a year, and the last time I spoke to him, he told me to go fuck myself.
Crazy.
Not over religious shit, just on some other
music shit. Yeah.
Right. So she's walking straight to the set. Like, I don't know if she's lost. Like, I don't know, right? And then she said she saw a guy with a bald head, so she thought that was. And I'm trying to grab, and you can't scream. I'm like, so I go, and he sees me.
Yeah, he sees you.
And I think he said my favorite Jew, and I do believe I am his favorite Jew. And I said, if you play, what I said was, if you play nice, the world still loves you.
I mean, for sure.
And that was the thing. And then he goes, fly home with me. I said, I'm going to Dallas. He goes, I'll drop you off. And she was like, she saw what I went through. I just got the Lifetime Achievement Award with BET, and I went to Miami to see my mom. So we went to Miami for a few days, this, that, whatever. And then I was going to meet her family in Dallas.
So I guess that interview was probably 4 years ago now.
3.5.
Something like that. Yeah. So 2018, Kanye, that is Daytona. That is the Ye album. That's Kids See Ghosts.
That's the 5 albums. So
that's the 5 album era.
That was how we were.
And you're with him at that time.
Yeah.
Wyoming era.
Yeah. And you're him, I'm me. And he goes, I'm going to put out these 5 albums. And he came with these dates like this. And I wasn't his manager, but I was running, I guess. There was a whole bunch of people running good music. But, with Paul being at Def Jam, Rich Isaacson, who was my partner on Loud, as the number 2 at Def Jam, it was like, I pretty much, and Scooter I gave his first deal to.
Okay.
So,
and at that time, Scooter's like
the
his
manager,
hands-on manager.
Scooter's the manager, and he was relying on me
to do
what I do.
Right.
And it worked to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Kids See Ghosts is my favorite album out of that and Ye, and then Daytona's a fucking classic. But it's crazy. So were you around when Drake comes to Wyoming?
I was an A&R. He didn't look at me as an A&R guy. He looked at me just run the business. I wasn't in Wyoming.
So you didn't do the Wyoming thing or nothing like that?
No.
Because the Wyoming shit seemed crazy. Because I remember he flew all the people out there.
Yeah, he flew everybody and their mom out there. Travis, Drake.
What resulted in him telling you to go fuck yourself? And was this in 2018? Like,
No.
how long did that last? Was it more than a year? Less than a year?
I said, I'm only doing this for a year because if I could, I would. The only reason why I did it to see if I was strong enough mentally, not to deal with him, but with my heart. I thought I was dying. I was dying. So
Yeah, so this is 5 years after you have that scare in
yeah.
2013, and
So now he wants to figure out how to get off Universal somehow. And like, I really love the guy. I really like, my heart breaks for him sometimes, and like, and I always think how I could help him, right? So he was going through some shit, and I remember I was talking to Biggs, and Biggs says, "Yeah, I think they said they were going to Jamaica. I don't know wherever they were going." I said, "When you see him, can you have him call me, because I have an idea how I could get this thing done for him.
get him off Universal."
Not get him off, but to really partner up with him and let him do what he does best."
Got it.
And he calls me. We speak. He goes, "Call me tomorrow." Now it's a Jewish holiday. It's the funniest thing. And he goes, "I'm going to Atlanta to meet with this lawyer, Joel Katz." I'm like, "Joel's my attorney." He goes, "If I send you a plane, will you come? Will you come to Atlanta?" I said, "I'm supposed to have dinner with," I didn't say the Jewish holiday, but I said, "I'm supposed to have dinner with my mom tonight. Let me just see if I could just move it. When are we back? We'll be back, whatever." And the plan was for Universal to give him a fund. Not to make an album, but
creation fund
to create and do whatever the fuck he wants to do. And I had Universal say yes.
to an amount.
I don't want to say the amount, but it was a crazy amount.
Okay.
And I told Joel, because Joel was also my attorney, he goes, "This is the most brilliant thing I've ever heard." And we're flying back home, and I'm looking at his P&L, and I was like, why is he still on payroll? I should never have said it, but I was trying to spark him on something. And that's
When you say why he's on payroll,
why
is Kanye paying himself?
No, not Kanye. I don't want to say
someone.
who.
A random name. Like, hey, why is this person getting it?
Yeah, and I did it to get a reaction. And the reaction was, "Mind your own fucking business. Go fuck yourself." And and the truth is, I was looking to start something and see the reaction.
Ah.
So, and that was it. He probably forgot.
It does feel like Ye during that time had a lot of random people eating off of him.
Still does.
No, I'm sure he does now, but even then, you would see the people who'd be around him, and you'd be like,
and that's really what that broke my heart. Like, be like, nobody gave a fuck about him. Like,
yeah, it feels like, I feel like he is a guy who's hurt, and I feel like he's turned his hurt into, whatever point he's trying to make, he's communicating in a very hurtful way.
He's trying to hurt everybody now.
Yeah. And I think it's like, there's a difference between like, having a conversation about his grand point that he might be trying to make without it being hateful, without it ostracizing so many people who have supported you, without being like it, it's sad, man. And then like that, now the music just feels so sloppy. It's like, wait, where do I gotta go? It feels all undone. It feels like he's just dropping demos now. And would you, if he called you today, would you pick up the call?
I would pick up the call, but I don't know what the call. I don't know how I would act on the call. He made my mom cry.
Yeah.
So it
is interesting.
And my mom is she's 91 years old. She's one of the toughest. She was married to my dad, so she had to be tough.
I wonder for you, man, like being Jewish right now, obviously there's a lot of things that are going on with the government of Israel that are, a lot of people don't agree with, a lot of people don't like. It's conflated into like the extreme on both sides, right? Where if you do criticize Israel, a lot of things people do to shut you up is call you anti-Semitic. But on the other side, it has also resulted in a ton of true anti-Semitism. And then you got the Kanye thing going on. It just feels like, is it for you, somebody who's done so much in the music industry, and like you said, your mom, it hurt your mom, the stuff Kanye said. Like, Where do you feel like the world is right now? Because we're in a fucked up place.
I
World
mean,
War III's.
I'm not even worried about World War III, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the Civil War here.
Yeah. It's very possible, right?
My kids are black,
Right.
right? So you got black, white, rich,
Yeah, I have
poor,
black.
this, that.
My sons have black. Yeah.
So it's like,
It just feels, especially with like disconnect from the geopolitical shit and just connect to what's going on here. It feels like with the ICE shit, it's the beginning of something really dark. Because if it starts with the ICE raids, does it then go to like people who don't agree with you? Does it, are they going to start?
like
they're going to cut off funding to states based on who they voted for, and
yeah. So like the mother of my children, she's from Trinidad, born and raised.
Right.
Granted, she has a citizenship now,
right.
but is she
Well,
really?
Well, what does that mean?
Yeah. So like,
Mm-hmm.
granted, she has a U.S. passport,
Right.
Does that mean like
What
I don't
does it
trust
mean?
anything? So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I'm not, I'm more worried about here.
Yeah. It makes sense, man.